Good afternoon, everybody. It's Halloween today at the Breakfast Club. Welcome. I have on my right Dafna Adler from Interiors by Dafna Adler. She's a neighbor, a good secret. I didn't know she was right around the corner. And I have another neighbor who is Cat Dunn. I love your name.
Thank you.
Do you like cats?
I do like cats, but ironically, I'm allergic.
Oh, I am too. Cat Dunn is from Escape Long Island.
Epic escape room.
Epic Escape Long Island. And she is owned, a woman owner and a brother
Yes.
who we call E. I don't know why, but we call the other owner
Because
E.
everybody mispronounces his name.
Okay, so maybe E's going to stop by, and if he does, he could join you at the set.
Of course.
So another neighbor, two West Hempstead locations. I love it because I love the community, and I love dealing in the community, as you all know. Without the community, nothing happens. So, do you believe that?
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, I do too. So, today is National Chocolate Day.
Is it?
Yes.
That's
it is.
great. I love
Delicious.
chocolate.
So, normally people on the set get Italian bread, but today you're getting a chocolate cookie because it's National Chocolate Day. But mostly
Thank you.
people get bread,
Thank you
Italian
very
bread,
much.
Sweet,
because
thank you.
Italian bread builds relationships. And that's what I do. And every person in my book and any client I have, when I met them, they received a loaf of bread.
Oh,
And my father taught me that. It just builds momentum and you break the bread together. So today you get to break chocolate cookies.
Thank you so much.
Thank
all right?
you.
So, and it's also National Internal Medicine Day. And so that means call your doctor if you have a question. And National First Responders Day, which is for all the people that are doing so much for us. But we do this national thing all the time because a lot of people don't know. Did you know that? It was National Chocolate Day?
I had no idea.
Did you?
No.
See, like, so if you had a big staff, you would buy everyone chocolate today. Or, there's a lot of different things that if you search the internet,
There's a
like I
national
do.
day every day.
Yeah, there's so many. So many. Some of them are a little weird. But today was like basically a normal one. So, just happy to, always bring that up. And sometimes we actually bring, the thing in when people to kind of taste. So, anyway, so let's talk about Halloween first. I'm looking in the paper, and there's all these pumpkin ramen bowl. I don't know what that is, but it is a carved pumpkin, and it's stuffed with egg noodles, egg, seaweed, and Brussels sprouts. You could buy this today at some restaurants. Then, of course, we have pumpkin bagels, which everybody knows about. And there's a place in Huntington that makes pumpkin-flavored latte. So you go to the restaurant, and you drink your latte out of a pumpkin. Very
Interesting.
different. And, there's all kinds of feasts going on at bars. And it's this weekend, but I think it's every day. It's not just any day. We celebrate today because we don't have a show on Sunday. But I love this one. Famous spaghetti and meatballs. Look at this. That looks like
Eyeballs.
eyeballs.
They're adorable.
Isn't
I
that
love
cute?
it.
Look at this.
Oh, look at that.
And that's a cute thing if you're having company for Halloween,
Yes.
So I thought I'm going to see my grandchildren this weekend, so I'm thinking that maybe we'll make them something different,
Fun,
You got to
very
keep
cute.
these kids going,
Fun.
Yes. So let's talk about your place.
Yes.
So I'm a little embarrassed because I have never been there. I know my co-host has. I think it was a while ago, right?
Yes. Yes, actually, a while ago, a lot of the staff went as well.
Oh, yeah, the people from here?
Yeah, we're open 4.5 years this past June.
It's great.
We triple in size.
And you're upstairs on top of that big building? And
Yes.
where is that?
Well, it's 357 Hempstead Turnpike, West Hampton. Second floor, directly across from Enterprise, next to the beer and soda place. It used to be on top of Naha's Rugs.
Right, that
But
place.
now
Where did they go?
They actually bought a different building and sold that one. And they're in Westbury now. And there's a vacant store downstairs that we're contemplating possibly doing something with as well.
You might go down?
We might take down as well as stay up. We'll see.
So you might grow.
Yes, but in a different way,
Are you going to do something else?
possibly. But
That sounds
that's just rumors
interesting.
right now. So
Let
you're
me
just
tell
hearing
you,
about it here.
you know, you are in your third act, correct?
Third,
Well, second act.
second act as far as.
Well, as far as you were a corporate career woman.
Yes, actually, second act. I did freight forwarding for many years. I'm not going to date myself or tell anybody my age, obviously. But oh, look who!
Look
Look
who's
who-
here.
The wind blew in.
Okay, we're gonna
Here's
bring you-
E that nobody.
We're going to bring you up in a minute. Yeah.
Okay, she does all the interviewing.
E. So the
Well, you have
famous
to come
E,
in.
the famous E is here.
E made it.
Yeah, well, have a seat, E. Sit down.
So
Oh, you just came in for a minute?
For a quick second.
All right, Susan, take a picture of E so we could post him up.
E, come
Okay.
say hi. Say
Thank
hi to
you.
the camera.
Thank you
gotta
for
come over
coming in.
here.
Camera can't see this. Okay.
No, that camera can. That camera can.
So
So now you think so?
So
you
basically,
came from corporate
yeah,
America.
corporate America, logistics for quite a number of years. I was so tired of dressing up in suits and running meetings, and no matter what you did, it was never good enough. And after being unemployed for a little while and trying to figure out my place in this world, I actually tried an escape room, and I loved it. So I called up my brother, and I said, "Eve, I think I know what I want to do." He's like, "What?" I said, "I want to open up escape rooms." He's like, "Well, I heard about it, but I don't know what it is." I said, "Want to go try one?" Tried a second one that same day. And that's how Epic was formed.
Really, just like that. You
Just
just,
like
had an
that.
idea and you went for it.
We leased in March 4 years ago, and we opened in June. So
Jeez.
it was pretty quick. And like I said, we've tripled in size and feeling very, very, very blessed. We love all our clients. They're our Epic family.
And you do kids, adults,
Yes,
Middle
kids,
age,
adults, middle
seniors,
age, corporate, team
medical,
building,
doctors.
medical doctors. Yes, absolutely. Northwell is a customer that comes to us all the time. We also do sweet 16s, bar mitzvahs. What else do we do? Gender reveals.
It's unbelievable.
We've done, every type of event. Camps come to us.
Yeah, we had
do office
Northwell here
parties.
a few weeks ago. They were great. We had the whole team of the bone doctors here. So they took the whole hour. It was really nice. And
Oh, definitely. They're
Yeah.
a wonderful bunch. We love
Yeah, we love
them. We
Northwell.
have customers like Chase and the banks. We have Walgreens, Walmart, Home Depot.
So you have a
Some
nice
big
following.
names that we have had, and everybody loves it.
so let's talk about your uniform. Is this what people
Well-
see when they come into Epic? This is all
No.
different ones?
No, no, well, this is not. We don't necessarily dress up
Oh.
when people come in. What we have is called Escape Room Masters, and they help you with your game. So our staff is wonderful. Love you guys too, by the way. They're just as good as me, if not better. No man is
Well,
an island.
let me tell you, that's a good thing. When you
Yes,
can
they're wonderful.
depend on your staff for things, that's half your battle.
Oh, no, definitely. They're absolutely wonderful. I love them to death. So you come in, you book a game online because it is by reservation. Currently, we're doing only private games to assure that everyone stays safe for COVID. Rooms, of course, have always been disinfected, but now they're disinfected that much more after every single item that is touched is disinfected in that room. So you come in, you book a game online, you show up 15 minutes before your game time, just like a movie or a show. We go over rules, so you kind of know what to expect in there. Don't destroy anything. There's nothing hidden in the ceilings, the air conditioners. I'll tell you a funny story. One day we're looking at the camera, and it was just Dee and I back then, 4 years ago working. And I see somebody with their arm all the way up to here in my portable air conditioner in the room. And I paused the game, and I'm like, I thought he was stuck or something. I got really nervous. And I said, what are you doing? There's a clue in there, right? And I'm like,
Oh,
no, there's
jeez.
no clue in the air conditioner. So that obviously we had to add to the rules.
Oh my God,
And
that's
that was
funny.
our jailbreak room, by the way, which is disorderly conduct. The storyline is there. You wake up in jail. You don't remember what
And
happened.
and you have to figure out how
And
to get
your
out.
friends were in the same scenario the day before and has left you clues. So you have to find the clues and try to beat the clock in 60 minutes or less. Otherwise, more charges will be,
So
tagged
you're
on
in the
besides
room for
disorderly
1
conduct.
hour? How long?
Yes, 1 hour.
Mm-hmm.
And they're great. We give you different clues. We really do tailor difficulty at Epic, which sets us, I believe, aside from a lot of the escape rooms out there, because there are others.
There's a lot, I guess, out
Yes,
there, right?
now
Mhm.
there is. But we really go above and beyond. It's all about the experience. Whether you escape or not, we want you to walk out of there feeling, like you had a great time.
Yeah,
And
so
thank
there's
God.
right. So there's all different themes
the
though.
case.
Like this one
Yes.
is this.
So
what's-
there's disorderly conduct, which is what I'm representing today, our fun precinct jailbreak. There's killer feature, which is perfect for Halloween, by the way, and is selling out very quickly this
you
weekend.
have a lot of people coming for Halloween.
And that's a serial killer abduction based on movies. Based on movies. So there's some Jason in there, Freddy,
Oh.
Chucky. And you start off blindfolded and handcuffed.
Blindfolded and handcuffed. That sounds kind of sexy.
Well, if you wanna laugh, we get our blindfolds from Adam and Eve.
Oh.
And our handcuffs, which is a matter of fact, I have a pair right here.
Woo! See, if Greg was here, I would have made.
Oh, I
made
know.
you
Trust me, I know.
handcuff Greg.
Greg would have.
would've loved it.
if we handcuffed
Yes.
him. Definitely. So that's a serial killer when we have Vanish, which is about an amazing illusionist called Baltazar, and that's a magical room. We have the
Really?
Pazziolis, which is a mafia-themed competition room where you first start competing. Then you have to work together to save the family and find their
That's
fortune.
very interesting that you have so many different.
And then we also have the
samples.
Forbidden Forest, which is a gorgeous forest. You have to figure out the mystery. You have to get rescued.
So are these room kind of decorated, each one?
Yes, absolutely. They all have their own theme and their own flair and decorations and puzzles according to the theme. We also have a private event room, which is rentable for holiday parties, birthday parties. We have a bunch this weekend, actually.
And do you serve food, or
Yes,
you
we
can bring
serve
your
food
own
as well.
It's
And
additional.
Either or. We have packages for both. Whether
Very nice.
You can, it includes pizza and soda and paper goods and cleanup, and you bring your own cake. Or we have others where, we can cater different things. And we have all sorts of different types of food items and people that we have partnered up with locally. Where we get discounts, and of course we pass it on to our customers. So
That's
it's a nice,
It's very different.
yeah, it's very different. We actually just did an event with 34 teachers that came from Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and we did a team building event, and they loved it.
Important, especially
Yes.
now, because so many people are disgruntled at work right now because they're working 3 times as hard because they're not getting communication from their bosses.
It's true.
A lot of them are working from home. Products are not getting shipped. It's very hard on
You've
people.
seen how many boats are stuck in the ocean there?
Right?
It's
Yeah.
horrible, and it's not just New York. I'm sorry, it's not just LA. It's New York, and now this is my background in my prior life, like you said,
Right.
the first one, and all the other ports now are getting congested, and places where things
Yeah,
are
it's
railed.
scary what's going on.
It is scary.
So
and
do
there's
you
shortage.
do you miss your corporate job? That's a big
Not
question.
one bit.
You miss the people, maybe. Or not really.
I keep in touch with the ones that matter to me,
Right.
and they know who they are.
Right.
But no, this is the most fun that I've had at a job. There's nothing like, meeting so many wonderful clients that have become like, friends and family.
Right? They come back.
I see them, I'm in the neighborhood, hey, Kat, how are you? And they'll call me up when they see. There's so many, like I said, so many people that have touched our lives, and I believe we've touched their lives. It's something that you can do with your kids, whether they're 5 or 17 and they're not getting bored. And it's an hour away from electronics, which is so important now. Our brain is the part of the body that's used the absolute least.
Right. Well, that's true.
So,
See,
we
now,
need
like,
to
I'd be
think.
afraid because I'm not good with clues and all that. So when I go to these things and I'm in a restaurant and they're doing this stuff with clues, I'm like, I'm just going to watch,
It's a lot of fun. I
Yeah.
actually went to your escape room
Oh,
with
so
my
you
kids,
went.
and it was a lot of fun. I highly recommend it.
Oh,
Thank
that's good to
you,
know.
thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what was it all about, the one you went to?
The one with the police.
It's called disorderly conduct.
disorderly
That's the
conduct.
jailbreak. You
Yeah,
start off in
yeah,
2 jail
It's
cells.
fun. I had my son came in from California, and we didn't know what to do. So his sister and a friend of his and I and Bill decided to come to this escape room, and it was great.
Thank you.
See that? See?
You have to
And
come
you
back
guys
and try
don't even
another
know
one.
each other.
No, no.
No, we didn't know each other before.
And you're both
but now we
business
do.
people right here in town.
Right.
You never know. You might be able to help each other with something.
We're
That's-
all for it.
That's why I love doing this. It's live networking. You know, normally we'd have 2 more people, so you'd meet more. But any way you slice it, you know, as much as people believe in, you know, advertising and newspapers and all, you know, everybody's on their phones. Everyone's on the internet.
It's true.
And also face-to-face is very important. And because of COVID, this kind of gives a little edge to people that are not coming out yet. You know, like to have something like this, which is this great podcast, which, as you can tell, I love doing it, you know.
And isn't it true that when you actually love what you do,
Yep.
you don't realize how many hours you actually spend working?
And you,
That's
you you spend more time with your work person
Yes.
than you do at home,
Yeah.
especially
Yes.
when you have a high energy, you know, full-time job where you're working late and early. And then once you stop that because you're forced to, your mind plays with you and you try things that are different.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, and that's where, for me, the coaching came in where, you know, I started like hanging with people that were out of work because we keep seeing each other in the same interviews in the hallway as we were going in the office. There's another one of us, and we were all interviewing for the same jobs, but getting the same problem, ageism, discrimination, because we were 50. So that's how the Breakfast Club started, but now it's everything. It's not just one thing. We do referrals, we do everything, and the show has, you know, also opened a lot of doors for a lot of different things.
Which is
So
great.
we also publish books in case any of you would like to publish a book one day. And we do that through Red Penguin, which is what my book was published with. And most of our members publish books now because when you write a book, your world opens. And if you have a business and you write experiences that happened in your business prospers. So you should think about it because you're very popular, I know that. But, and so are you, but
Thank you.
it doesn't matter because you just keep adding. And the word author next to your name, it says many things.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's so
Something
much
to
to
keep
write
in
about.
mind.
I think
Yeah.
my story, I don't know about you, is like never ending.
Yeah, well, so is mine. Look, I just did a movie, a
Yes.
quick movie. It was
That's great.
a 27-minute movie in the film festival.
Wow.
And I played exactly what happened to me in my book, a disgruntled worker in the government, which is what I was. I worked for Nassau County. And I wound up playing an act, not the same, but I got picked because of my book.
So it opened up doors for you.
Yeah, and I had a ball. If you ever haven't been to a film festival, go once. You see great movies in the morning, you have burgers at 5, and then you see great movies at night. And it's $15. That's it.
That's
and
cheap.
we saw some great movies that are going to be coming out next year.
That's fun.
So these are the things that happen because you step out of your comfort zone.
No, definitely. I remember when we were looking for properties, Z and I, and we found it, and we actually decided to have our grand opening. And obviously, it's the first time we owned our own business and did a grand opening. We decided we weren't going to invite family and friends, and we were going to do it on a Wednesday.
I had 2 separate openings for the book. One for the family, which I was very behaved at, and one for business. One was huge, and one was very intimate.
Well, ours we decided to do on a Wednesday and talk about, being shocked. No one showed up. And my brother and I look at each other and we're
The
like,
businesses or the family?
nobody, clients.
You
we
needed me.
didn't-
I do grand
We did not
openings
invite. We did
and
not invite any
anniversaries.
friends and family. And we thought we did everything right.
Did you
no
call
one
the
showed up.
politicians?
We did, but nobody showed up that particular because they couldn't do the ribbon cutting till later. So nobody actually showed up that Wednesday. And my brother and I looked at each other. My brother's like,
Uh-oh.
"Do you know what you're doing?" I was like, "Absolutely. Failure is not an option."
And that's a good thing.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
And guess what? By the weekend, we actually had clients coming in, and we started with one escape room that we opened, which was our original one, Killer Feature. We're actually going to be changing it after Halloween. And then that's how Disorderly was formed and then vanished. And by that time, it was like a year later, we needed more space. We took over more space.
Which is
Another year
amazing.
later, we took over more space.
Well, one thing, if you ever need a grand opening or an anniversary, call me because I do that on the side, my marketing gigs, and every politician comes.
Oh, that's
and
great.
There's a reason, and we don't really care, but you know what? We're happy they come, and they tell other people, and then the Breakfast Club always comes too.
That's
So
great.
we have a trail of people that we bring to things, and you never know. In plain English, shit happens. And
No,
that's
it
really the way it
does.
goes, you know?
It was just so funny, like how things change. So, like I said, feeling very blessed. Now we've won Best Escape Room 3 years in a row
Congratulations.
with the Best of Long Island Bethpage Federal Contest. We have 6 nominations for 2021. Guys, vote for us, please, till December
Yes.
15th daily. And we also have 5 nominations with the Long Island Choice Awards.
That's at the Herald, right?
That's at the Herald.
Yeah, I just read
and
about
voting
that today.
for that is until November 12th or November 15th.
Well,
so please
we'll
vote for us
put
as
the
well.
vote out there. Vote for this wonderful lady.
Thank you.
She changed her career. She's so positive. You're beautiful. I love your
thank
outfit.
you. Thank you.
Really,
thank you.
really
So are you.
nice.
So are you.
Yeah. So, and talk to Jenny before you leave.
I
to
will
talk to,
definitely
so
talk to
that she
Jenny.
can let Greg know about everything.
No,
But we're going
definitely,
to
we
come
can
back
definitely
to you.
cross
But
promote.
we have some people that are watching. Susan, Nancy Quintero. We have Claudia DeRue. She's saying, geez, party is Friday. I can't wait. And now the anniversary follower here, Nancy says, I'm coming too. We have Bob D'Amato saying, do what you love. That's having the abundance in your life.
Absolutely.
Bob
Yes.
D'Amato's a singer. He's actually going to be playing this weekend. I can't go because I'm going away at Mia's Restaurant. And it's at, in Valley Stream on Rockaway Avenue. He's a Bobby Does Bobby singer, Bobby Darin. He's fabulous. Mia's food is delicious. If you
Yes,
want to
it is.
go, just call Mia's. Tell him that the Breakfast Club sent you. You get treated extra special. And Bob, I went to high school with.
Oh, wow.
And Floral Park, where I was raised. And we're still friends. And he does a lot. He sings on the show a lot. We have Joe LaLuna. He's watching. He's a former G's Club fan that always comes around when he's doing okay. And my grandchildren are right here saying, Grandma, when are you coming? I'm leaving tomorrow.
Aw.
Going to Maryland. I can't
Aw.
believe it, but I'm missing all the fun at G's this weekend because I love coming to the Halloween stuff. So that's why my little outfit today is just for today. So let's talk about this wonderful lady. I still cannot believe that you're my neighbor. I don't know you. And I have a feeling that you do a lot of this design work through West Hempstead on the other side, or is it everywhere, all over?
Oh, I work all the way from the Hamptons to Manhattan. So
Okay, so
I
you have
do
a big
have,
following.
I have, yes, the entire New York metropolitan area. Is,
So now you have in your third act too, second or third act?
Second act. I actually did work in the corporate world for 20 years as a computer programmer, completely
Really?
different than what I'm doing now. But the arts always called me. This is my passion, my interest since I was a child. And what I did was I took all the skills that I gained working in the corporate world, the project management skills, and now I apply it as a business owner to managing projects. So I have clients that are also, they are busy and they rely on me, not just for the aesthetics to create beautiful homes, but also to bring in the trades professionals and to manage the project and make sure everything happens and it happens on time, on budget, and that's what I do.
I saw all the work you did on your Facebook and your website.
Yeah, thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing. I could not believe, so modern and eclectic. And
Is
I
it
love the one
more
in the bathtub.
residential, commercial, both?
I do mostly residential. I have done commercial work as well, but most of my work is residential. And I work with, I've done whole houses.
Yeah, and the bathrooms. God.
Bathrooms,
What
kitchens,
about the
living
bathroom
rooms.
scene with the skeleton in it? What is that? I couldn't believe that. That's just like a promo thing?
Yeah, I guess.
Gorgeous. I'm like, geez, look at this. But some of the work and all the photos and the photography of...
The photography is professional photography. If I have a job that I finished, then yes, then I call in the professionals.
Really? Somebody here says, both these ladies have great possibilities for books. Daphne could do a book on how to discover your personal style. See this?
Okay.
And add it to your home. And the escape room, bet there could be a great photos of stories about what people experience. You see, people have a lot to say.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Frances is watching. She's loving it because Frances is going to be buying a house soon. So here we go.
Okay.
Frances, here's your decorator. And if you go to her website, you're going to be shocked because her stuff is outrageous.
Thank you. Yeah.
Really. Now, do you do everything from a home office or do you have a small office? Or?
I have a home office, but I work with people. These days you don't necessarily need to work in one spot, right?
Right.
So I have a staff of people that are actually around the country, and each one does something else virtually, and we all work together, except for the trades people that are local, right? Because
Right.
my home base is local,
Mhm.
and yeah, so whatever needs to be done is done by internet, by phone, by
It's
Zoom.
amazing that you could put all that together without even seeing people nowadays.
Yeah, although I have done when COVID came, I did do virtual design where I had clients videotape and photograph their home, and I give them directions how to measure. It's a little bit harder.
I'm sure.
So
Are you
it's
kidding?
I prefer to go in person
Of
and
course,
see and
yeah.
feel the space and
There's nothing like it.
yes, and it
Oh,
makes a
s-
difference.
So what happens, like, I call you because I bought a house, okay? And I'm like, okay, come and tell me what to do. Is that what most people want? They want you to do it and figure it out, or they want to give you their feedback too?
I work collaboratively. That means that I first listen, see what you like, listen to what your lifestyle is all about. What is your aesthetic? What's important to you? What are your priorities? How do you live? Are there children? Are there pets? Are there people who are older, younger? And based on all of that, and based on the aesthetic, I then go and do my design work with the planning the space, materials, everything. I walk into a room and I see. I don't just think where to put furniture. I think of the whole thing: 6 walls, the floors, the 4 walls, the ceiling, the lighting, and everything that's inside of it. So it all matters. And then based on the aesthetic that the client likes, based on their lifestyle, then present a solution, and then we tweak it together and make it so that the clients and all the people living there really look forward to it. And then I do the purchasing, if there are renovations, I make that happen, and I'm there for the big reveal.
So
That's
do
great.
they
And that's the
leave,
fun
or
part.
no? They're always living there when you do it.
You know
A
what?
lot of
I've
people-
had it both ways. I like it when people leave and come back and they're
Because you
surprised.
could really do your thing, and
Yes.
then wow, they walk in and
Yes.
they're like,
Yes.
you know,
That's really fun. People really get so emotional. Some start crying. They're so emotional
because it's
about
really
it.
what they like.
This is what they love. This is they can't dream. They couldn't believe that this is what their home looks like now. They can't
Yeah.
believe it. So it's nice. It's a great feeling. I feel like I'm really helping people, helping them achieve.
Success. you
No,
know,
it's just a
success in their
feeling that
home.
they're proud of their home, proud of the rooms that they've invested in, and they're
A
excited to
feeling
come
of
home.
achievement, but it's more on a personal level.
Yeah, they're proud to come home, and they love to live there, and they're comfortable, and everything is what they wanted.
And I'm hoping that at the housewarming you're invited, and that's where you pick up more clients, right?
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
I would think
Yeah.
so, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The referrals, I get them. The best referrals are from people who have done work for, and they tell their friends how much they couldn't have done it alone. They couldn't have done it without me.
Absolutely. That's the
And those are
best
the
kind of
best.
client you want,
Right.
for
Right.
sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's
Referrals
very
are
much
the best.
appreciated. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how I get most of my business. But it's always I'm always looking to meet more people.
Well,
and
that's networking. That's what you
that's
have to
right.
do.
That's right.
And, I always talk about networking because it bothers me that today's kids out of college, they really don't understand about networking. And I've tried
they
to,
don't.
I have tried to get a job at the colleges just as an adjunct.
Hmm.
Unless you have a degree, you can't get in. And really, you could learn how to network without a degree.
Of course you
You know,
can.
it's all about your personality and all that. And for some reason, they don't do it in the colleges like they should. And when kids go into jobs, they need to be taught kind of hold their hands. You know, the college graduates who are very smart and have a lot of brain power.
But
And
the
you actu-
social aspect of it as
yeah,
well.
and especially since everything is online, they tend to lose some of their social aspects because they don't have to. They're just doing Zooms and things like that.
Right.
So hopefully, as things come back and COVID goes away, you know, we're going to be getting to do a lot more networking. We used to do 2 networking events here, one in the morning on a Saturday and one in the evening on a Wednesday, because on Wednesdays we would bring people in to learn how to write a book, and then 9 months later you would publish a book. And then Saturdays was just about networking for business. Bring your card, have breakfast, talk, and we'd put a speaker up. And we used to have a lot of people, but it hasn't come back yet.
Yeah.
It will.
There's
Yeah.
networking on Zoom, I think.
I don't like Zoom, but
Right.
obviously you have to do Zoom. But, you know, you're doing okay with Zoom, you're saying. But
Yeah,
it's
and
hard, right?
Less so, right. No, it's much better in person. Everything
Yes.
is much better in person.
Right.
We were asked if we would do online games, and my brother E and I discussed it, and we looked into things and possibilities, and we're like, no, can't
it's
do an
not the
escape room
same.
online.
Yeah.
You need to be in there. It's just, and we won't put out a product that we're not proud of.
Right, and, you
So-
know, people are paying, I'm sure, decent
Yes.
money to come, and they want the whole experience.
Yes, and thank God, business, is
I'm happy to hear that.
is really doing well. So, like I said, feeling very blessed. It is harder now
Oh, of
because
course.
less. We're doing the private games, so less people are going in the room. So of
Yeah,
course it
and they're
takes
worried
more
about the
overhead as far
closeness,
as
right.
staff and hours. But listen, we're blessed to be open, and we're blessed that everybody's coming.
Well, you're very
out.
positive. You're one of those positive
Absolutely.
people, I could tell.
Thank you.
So do you miss your corporate job?
Not at all.
Yeah. So here we are, 3 women, dynamos, that don't miss their corporate job. And yet, when I lost my corporate job, I was in a bad state because all my eggs were in one basket. And that's the worst thing anyone can do out there. Don't keep all your eggs in one basket.
You have to diversify.
So as
Absolutely.
women, I think, you learned how to do that. You obviously did too.
Yeah.
And you just keep moving along and probably adding more to your business already.
Yeah, but we gain skills along the way in life. We never lose that. You just use it in a different way.
Yeah.
And do what you love.
That's
you
a
know?
So
degree
here's
on
a
life, I
question for
call
you,
it, and it's the best degree.
That's right.
Daphna, I'm curious if Daphna purchases old furniture and does makeovers on furniture to place into her forever home.
I don't personally.
questions.
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't personally purchase old furniture, but if there is something in the home that the client wants to use, or if there's a certain look that we're going for, an eclectic look, then I'll find something interesting and have the crafts people who specialize in this work on
Fix it up.
and fix it up to a vision that I have or that we have together. And
I saw
that
an
could be fun.
old dog crate, these things they put the dogs in, changed, and they put lighting in it, and it was hanging from the ceiling. I'm like, oh my God. But then in the end,
Interesting.
it looked nice. Like it's like you say
Okay.
that word,
Like
eclectic.
collecting junk.
Yeah, some people do that.
I actually have a friend, and I should introduce you to her. She's absolutely fabulous. And what she goes around is she finds things that people throw out, and she gives it a new life.
That's
And she's
good.
an artist,
You should
and
have her
she's
call me.
absolutely beautiful. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
different.
So-
Everything nowadays,
Second life.
anything
Right.
goes nowadays. That's the thing that's so good about it. Like things change. People are open
And
to
we have
change.
of course, but some people are very set in their ways.
Oh, yes.
I always welcome change.
I do. Well,
it
I
can
think
be apprehensive
in the beginning, yes.
But you have to be sure in yourself and be confident.
But
in
you
what
also
can
have to
do.
trust
Right.
somebody else, like Daphna. Like you'd have to be able to say, I want something different. I don't care. Like I would say, when I did my co-op over, I was like, I did not want anything like I ever had before. And my biggest color right now, I don't know if it's still popular, turquoise.
Yes, it is.
And so I'm popular. I have turquoise living room. But in
Is
my
that your favorite
heyday,
color?
not really, but I would have never bought anything turquoise in my past, ever. and
It's
I
a very
love it.
pretty color.
It's
Yeah.
so bright in
But
my house.
Trends change. They come in waves. They come and go and get reinvented again. So what may have been turquoise 30 years ago, and it may be popular now a little bit differently.
So what is another great color that people are going into?
The
Is
blues are very popular.
like the light gray and the blue, navy blue, or the light
navy
blues?
blue, and it was gray for a long time, grays and taupes and blues, and now it's more blues and a little bit more of the warmer tones are coming back in style.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I remember when the big color was peach. I know it's
In the
not
80s.
anymore.
In the
But
80s.
peach and mint green. Remember that?
What about the bathrooms that are that screaming pink
Black and
and
pink.
yellow?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't even find those colors now.
No, but
Yeah.
when you
Thank
go into an
God.
old house and you see these old bathrooms, it's like you're like, oh my God, look at that wallpaper, you know? So
It's
do you
true.
do the wallpaper and all too?
Everything. So when I look at a wall, I don't just say, okay, we'll paint it a color. I think about what's the best way to dress it up or dress it down, depending on what it is that we're trying to achieve. It could be material, it could be wallpaper, it could be paint, it could be faux paint, it can be, you know, look at the decoration here. It could
Right.
be
Yeah.
whatever
And
it
Greg,
is.
Greg built all this. Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Cool.
Yes, he did. Yep.
That's
he did all
great.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, so depending on what we're trying to achieve, I've had muralists come and do a beautiful mural
On the wall,
on
right?
the wall,
Yeah.
and so it really depends on what we're trying to achieve. So everything matters, but I don't look at it piecemeal. A room should be considered in totality. You can't just do things. Okay, let me do this on the wall, and a year later, let me do this on the floor. You have to have a plan
Definitely.
and have a plan on how you want it, and then you can execute it slowly.
And a little bit at a time.
A little bit at a time. As long as you're working towards the goal, then it looks more pulled together. It looks like it was everything was
So
meant
is
to
it true what they say about mirrors in a home? Are they still popular or no? They're gone. Mirrors are gone.
be. Mirrors on the walls are not as popular as they
That's
used
what
to
I
be.
thought,
No,
yeah.
but they're used differently. There are floor-to-ceiling mirrors that kind of sit leaning against the
What
wall.
about those mirrors up on the ceiling?
I don't think so.
Did you like those?
No, I don't like mirrors at all. But I know some people back in the day,
Yes.
they love those things. And if you ever go to the Poconos, okay,
I have to admit that when I was married and in my first house, I had a bedroom
You had the
set
mirrors?
that had mirrors.
see, in the
in the
Pocono
ceiling.
Mountains, they have these lodges, which are like, they
But
call
now
them.
I hate them.
They're for Pocono lovers. That's what
Yes.
they're called. I don't go, but I know about them. And they have these bathtubs that, like, from the year of the flood, but you've got to take steps up to get into them.
Be afraid to get in them.
Yeah,
I'll go my
exactly.
own hot tub,
Nowadays,
thank you.
please. But
Yeah.
they had a lot of mirrors on the walls back then when I got married when I was 20. It was a long time ago.
No, I don't put mirrors on the walls.
No, I didn't think
I
so.
got married when I was 22.
Oh,
for the
God,
first time.
See that? Yeah.
Yes.
Really? So now I have somebody that's saying, I would love a pink and gold escape.
A pink and gold escape.
So in other words, she'd like to come to the escape
Oh,
room.
absolutely.
And she would like the decorations to be pink and gold. And then she's telling you that mint, green, and peach are her favorite colors, but they're not modern.
They're not
Tell
modern.
her they're not modern.
So I would use, if you love these colors that are not modern, use them differently. Make a pillow out of it.
Accents.
Accents.
The accents. Yeah.
Not the big pieces. And yes, you should absolutely have colors that you love
Right.
in your space.
Well, pink and silver, was it?
Wait a minute.
Pink
Let's
and
see what
gold
she
or pink
said.
and silver?
Pink and gold.
Pink and gold.
Okay. Well, a pink and gold escape room would be very aesthetically pleasing.
Pleasing.
Well, think about it.
Did you ever have any, like brides in there that do,
Oh, no, we
before
do-
the wedding kind of things?
Absolutely. Bachelorettes and bachelor parties, we do those too. But you can't really base an escape room on
Colors.
You base it on themes. So in the future, when we're designing one, I'll try to incorporate those
Pink
two
and
colors.
gold, and then Frances
yes,
will
they are
call
very
you.
pretty colors.
Yeah. Yeah, well, she loves colors. She loves flowers, too. She's a
Doing
flowers
pink
lady.
and gold for my daughter-in-law's baby shower.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
Very nice. So where do you get your food from? Locally?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see, a lot of our Italian food we get from El Cantone.
Oh,
Hi, Wilson.
yes.
We also support La Rosa's.
Oh, yeah, love them.
We have kosher events where we use Sully's.
Mm-hmm.
We have Spanish food where we use La Candela.
Oh, you got everybody right
We
in
have
the area.
Japanese. We have, Mexican. We have all different. So we have
That's
something for
nice.
everybody.
Yeah, so you're working
Heroes,
with the
Valley
community.
Caterers.
Oh,
which
we
is,
love Valley.
Yes,
My favorite thing there is potato pancakes.
Yeah, they're very good.
Yeah, but they're not good for you.
No, they're not good for you. You got to get a. Oh, but what are you going to do?
And
but yes,
one
we
of our
support
favorite
everybody locally.
restaurants is Mia's in Valley Stream. And
I've been
Bob
to
D'Amato.
Mia's.
Yeah, Bob D'Amato will be
Yeah.
singing there. Liv Lou is the owner.
Yes.
He sponsors the show occasionally.
Yes,
And
very nice.
Bob is a great singer if you guys have nothing to do this weekend. But if not, he's going to be there every other weekend in Valley Stream. You
He's
just
gonna be
call.
there Friday and Saturday.
This weekend, he's going to. When is Mia's? Saturday.
Oh, I might go.
Yeah.
Actually, Saturday's
Well,
my
if you go,
anniversary.
tell him
so-
Breakfast Club sent you, and
Okay.
our people will be there. But he's going to be at Mia's every other weekend, and it's a lot of fun. And you tell them you're
It's
from
a
the
great
Breakfast
food.
Club.
I've been there. I used to. I was in Valley Stream for my God, like 20 years. I had a house in Valley Stream, so I'm very familiar.
I
with
live
it.
at Valley Stream now, but I lived in West Hempstead my 27 years, and prior to that, Floral Park. So I like the community, and I believe that it's just important that everybody works together. And,
Absolutely.
West Hempstead is a great place to live. When I first came here, I hated it because I came from a town where I grew up. So it took me a long time to get to know everybody. And, but once, now I
It's
left.
very welcoming.
But now I left West Hempstead, and now I come back here. When I left Floral Park, when I lived here, I went to Floral Park.
That's
now I'm
funny.
in Valley Stream, and I come back
So
here.
now you're just everywhere.
So now I'm everywhere.
Everywhere,
Exactly.
right.
Well,
And-
But it is
West
a nice
Hempstead was
community.
very welcoming to us. The community welcomed us with open arms once they knew we were there
yeah,
and
Claudia
have
says,
supported us.
she's saying, sounds like opening downstairs be a great idea. Will you have a buffet area?
If we do open downstairs or wherever we decide to open, the next venture will also be for entertainment.
Oh.
But it will definitely have some sort of food, not necessarily a 5-star restaurant.
So like maybe
but
like a
pub
casual,
food,
okay, well,
pub food type of thing, and we want to go for at least a beer and wine.
well, listen, we have,
license.
at the Breakfast Club, we have a preferred entertainer list. So
Okay.
I could help you with that. We
Thank
have
you.
5 people on it right now.
Thank you.
Only the best. Only the best, because
We'll take you up on
I have
that.
a reputation, and if people don't like something, then they come back to me, and I don't like it. But we also have the owner of Mia's wife. Her name is Adria. She does lingerie, and she was just on 2 weeks ago. She'll be back again, and the lingerie is from Brazil. And
Have
let
you ever
me-
been to Brazil?
No, I don't go anywhere.
I've been to Brazil 4 times.
Get out of town.
When I was in freight forwarding, it's absolutely beautiful. One of the most beautiful countries. I've traveled all over actually, but that was one.
And
that
most
was
of the
amazing.
pieces of the lingerie are $50. So she's going to be having a fashion show here soon, and we're going to be
That's fun.
doing it.
That's
so we'll
great.
let you know. But they're a very
Definitely
nice
let me know.
couple at Mia's. So don't, just remember them.
We could always use lingerie.
Well,
Absolutely.
and she's looking for models in case anybody wants a model. But
About
obviously,
modeling, I
that
think
wouldn't
those
be
years
me.
are
That's
over.
for sure.
Wait, I think those years are over.
But we have one Breakfast Club member who is a model now, and she came to us after losing her job. Same thing. Never model, never wore makeup. Well, if you look on the Breakfast Club and you see her, she's outrageously gorgeous. In 2 years, she just flourished because she networked, and she's a big, beautiful woman, and she connected with somebody through the Breakfast Club who had a magazine, and she was on the runway in New York City last week.
Oh, that's great.
Wow.
Congratulations to
And
her. I
5
love to
children,
hear
and 5
success
children.
stories.
Nice.
And lives in West Hampstead.
Oh,
So, it's funny how things happen just from chat, chat, chat,
It's true.
chatter, chatter, chatter.
that's right.
So
And
that's,
you know us women, we love to
oh,
talk.
yeah, but you guys are great to talk to, easy
Thank
to
you,
talk
so are
to.
you.
Thank you.
A lot of fun, and, maybe sometime we could do something all together, something, like we
Sounds
could
great.
have a networking night or something,
Of course we
Once
can.
everybody gets back to coming out, that's the biggest issue right now. getting people out.
Whenever you guys
Yeah, I'll
are
think
ready,
of
we
you.
are.
Yeah, because this is a great place to do it. Everybody gets in the mood here. If you walk in here on the weekend and you see all the costumes and all, I'm actually going to miss everything. So I bought this, but we have an event in January. What's it called, the January event? What's the
Mardi Gras?
Masquerade
Masquerade
Ball?
party.
So I can
Yeah.
use it for the Masquerade
Oh.
Ball.
Yeah,
Perfect.
And
that's
that's
my
a
favorite
lot of
color, by
fun.
the way. We
Yeah.
were talking about favorite colors. Red is my favorite color.
Yeah. Well, red and black are powerful.
Well, those are my two
Colors.
favorite colors.
Me too.
So
And
when
look-
you decorate the downstairs, use your favorite colors.
Wait. Did you? Oh, did you,
You want-
see? I can't show you because I did shut off the phone because it was ringing. But our escape rooms are red and black.
Red and black. Perfect.
Red and
That's
black.
right. It was on your on
Yes.
your thing. Yeah.
Red and black.
Yes. So now another word he says, will we use local ladies as models? Absolutely. If you're interested in modeling for the fashion show, give Valentina a call. Very easy. Or send me a DM on Facebook. And believe it, anyone that tells you Facebook is not a good thing, it is. This show,
Social media
this
is
show
fantastic.
has grown because of Facebook. Believe it or not.
Have you tried other things as well? Like things that are popular now?
Like, well, the TikTok.
TikTok.
Well, Gregg we have one TikTok thing, but
Clubhouse.
yeah, the Clubhouse. Yeah.
Well, TikTok is pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I know. I have
It's
to
a lot
try
of fun.
that. Yeah.
One of our game masters did a TikTok video, and it went viral.
Really,
It did.
and it helped you a lot.
Well, it did, but it's not just centralized to the area. And with our business, in order to come in, you got to be within a certain radius.
Yeah.
If
it's
you're,
a
you
lot.
know,
You need to-
for instance, if you're seeing it and you're in Italy, you're not going to come to us unless
No.
you happen to be in New York.
Right.
But it did bring a lot of brand recognition
Well, that's
and
great to
other
know.
business as well from local.
Mhm.
But it was just a silly little. I'll have to send it to you. So
Okay.
TikTok, I think, is actually great. We've started doing it, and I've slacked a little bit, so I gotta go back to TikToking
Well, what
too.
we are doing this Sunday, in case anybody's interested, is called Trunk or Treat. And we need people that have a car. We'll open their trunk, decorate it, and all the kids, instead of going trick or treating, they're going to be going to the Rath Park. And it's safe.
Oh, that's
it's
cute.
environment. Everybody will be dressed up. It's a lot of fun. There's music, and it's a great way to keep your kids safe and also network. I was there last year. Can't be there this year, but a lot of the breakfast people are going, and it's sort of a lot of fun because you just doesn't take much to decorate your trunk unless
No,
you
it
have a lot
doesn't.
of crap in your trunk. Then you
Right now,
then
I
you gotta
do.
empty
How about
it.
you?
Yeah. Oh, there's always something in my
But if you
trunk.
have any, when your kids, tell them to go to the Rath Park on Sunday. It's 3 hours and it's a lot of fun.
Or
And-
come to our escape rooms as well.
Yes. So now, how do people book to go in the room? And
you
and
go on our
call you?
website, epicescaperooms.li.com. You can hit the book now button, or you can search for your rooms. The descriptions is there. And once you book your tickets, your reservation is emailed to you, and you show up 15 minutes before. We're going to have a bit of things going on also this weekend.
This
we have,
weekend, you're probably very
Yes.
busy, right?
Yes, we are. And we also have the Killer live actors this weekend, which is
Killer.
a lot of fun. Killer
Somebody's
feature.
getting killed.
Well, if you don't make it out, we kill you. Seriously.
They're going to have
Yes.
a ball.
Yes. And of
Definitely.
course, you can come by always and, trick or treat by us as well.
Mm-hmm.
We're open 7 days a week on the weekends, Saturday and Sundays from 12:30 till midnight Saturday, and on Sundays from 12:30 till around 11 p.m.
It's a great option for people, especially now with everybody being bored. And it's great. I'm so glad you came
Definitely.
on.
Thank you.
And
I'm
Greg's
so
going
glad
to be
have
sorry he
you.
missed you.
Happy to be here.
I love
Thank you for inviting
surprising
us.
Greg when he doesn't know
Who's coming?
because when I meet someone, they'll say, "Oh, I know Greg." I'm like, "Well, does everybody knows Greg?" But I never tell him until he gets here, and then
And then he's surprised.
yeah. So today I was planning on doing that, but his flight got canceled. So
It's all right.
yeah,
We'll see him.
You'll see him
We'll
again.
see him again, of
Yeah. So
course.
now, what does someone do to try to start talking to you, and if they have some ideas and they just want to
Sure.
speak to you, and then maybe have you visit them and
Right. So I always start with a discovery call. So that's complimentary. There are two ways to reach me. Either go online and in my services page where you can read and see what type of services I offer, and then you could just book a date that goes directly to my calendar date and time, and that's the easiest way because then I call you on the time at a time that it's a half an hour, and we could talk about anything and everything that is of interest to your project. Or you can call me directly at 516-234-5425, and we can have a discovery call then.
I like
And-
that discovery call.
Yeah, because we
Different.
determine whether we're compatible, where it's good for each other, what your needs are. Can I assist? Can I help? Can I really do something that is the right thing for you? And are we, and that's why we're discovering whether the next piece is the consultation, and the consultation is a paid consultation, and
Of
then
course,
I come.
it has to be.
I come to the house and or wherever. Whatever I am designing, and then I give you some design.
Do you draw things
suggestion.
out while you're there, or no, you just speak and then you present a plan on
I
a
present
diagram?
a plan because I like to do my actual space planning and my and on the computer. This way, it's
Right.
very exact, and it's it's something that is something that requires a little bit more thought. But I can sketch some thoughts that I have. I'm thinking maybe move this here, add something there, put something in another. So
Must be very exciting when when you want to just totally change. and
it is
say,
exciting.
Let's call this great lady, and let's just do it.
It is.
Yeah, I
it
would
is.
think it is. Now, do you work with real estates?
I work with real estate folks. I work with. I get referrals from them. Sometimes houses are need to be staged to sell, so I can assist with that as well. And
That's great. We should connect you with Ed Sveck
Mm-hmm.
from All Island Home Realty. He's in Garden City. He's a big sponsor, and
Okay.
he does a lot of homes that they change. You
I
know.
also do. I also specialize in something called aging in place, or living in your own home. And what it is the older population. Their design is a little bit different for the population that is
The young and coming.
right, young and coming baby boomer population, and it requires different considerations because as we get older, we see color differently. We have safety measures.
Right,
We
which
have
like the floor, in case somebody has a walker and it has to be straight. And
yeah,
things
or
like
even
that.
before we think about ADA or walker, but we're thinking about getting older. There are some things that in the design world is called universal design, and I do specialize in that, and I would have a lot of projects in that.
so
that
aging in
arena.
place in your home.
In your home. That's right.
And I
That's
would
right.
guess that seniors maybe are a little afraid to go too modern, or the opposite because they
No,
don't care when they get older.
No, it really. No. Sometimes they've been living with a very traditional,
Traditional.
and they want something completely different and go modern. But seniors doesn't necessarily mean you're about to put a ramp on.
No,
your
well,
house.
I'm a senior. That's why
Yeah,
I'm asking
it's
because I went totally opposite.
Right. And there you go. There's case in point. Right. No, it's more thinking ahead. A lot of people are choosing, or even if they're downsizing or right sizing, even some people are moving to bigger places. They just want something that they can live in for the next 20, 30, 40
Yeah,
years.
because let's face it, I figured in my co-op I'm dying there because I ain't moving again.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So I went for everything I wanted because this is it. I don't plan on moving unless I hit the lotto, and that's about it.
Have you ever designed something that you would say, "Oh my goodness, that is the most unique, job I have ever done"?
Yeah, I've done some fun projects that I'm very proud
Proud of. Yeah, I can tell. You're
yeah.
a very classy lady. You can
Oh,
tell.
thank you.
You really are.
Nice of you.
So today's program is sponsored by Tranquility Spa. They're in Franklin Square. If you have never been in a soul cave, you should go. And if you want to go, call me. I can give you a ticket where you can go in for free.
Wow.
And it's fantastic. Have you ever been in a
Where is it?
Franklin Avenue, right across from the meat store, the meat market?
Okay, I know where the meat market
And
is.
Angela will give you a free soul cave treatment, and
Oh,
it's really relaxing. And you could get a massage for $30 because of the sponsorship. And she's on Franklin Avenue. And if you're interested, text me and I'll send you the coupon.
Sounds great.
Or Pure Jewelers, Teddy and Christina in Franklin Square. Great jewelry store, big sponsor of ours. That's why I have all this jewelry. But this is like, phony jewelry today. But I love pearls anyway. He has all kinds of different gorgeous settings. And Jackson Hewitt Prince on Hempstead Turnpike in Franklin Square. Taxes, any problems with your tax returns. And also, Mia's Restaurant, shout out again. Guys, check it out. Tell them Breakfast Club sent you. It's this weekend, and it's every other weekend for the rest of the year. Bob D'Amato, he'd blow you away. He sings here a lot. He was supposed to come today, but he couldn't make it. But he'll probably be here for our 200 show. Wow. And you're all welcome to be in the audience for the 200 show because it's a blast. We had our 150th show here. We had a blast. And we have some surprises.
Let us know.
Always on the big show, we have surprise guests, and we have a lot
fun.
of fun. So this is for you guys to take.
Oh,
This
thank
is
you
all
so
about
much.
Thank you.
how I feel about middle income and midlife people
Thank
and
you.
how the government needs to help the middle income and the midlife. And that's what the Breakfast Club stands for. However, now we have young, middle, old, and old. So we have all different types of people. And Claudia says, let's see, what about disability changes? Bathroom ramps, grab bars?
Right. So instead of waiting until someone falls and breaks a hip, and then you needs to scramble and make
Chaotic.
changes in your home, my role is to really think ahead when somebody is in their 50s or
Right.
just starting to get into the next phase of life, and then think about what's the best way to plan so that the design is right for
Exactly.
For the
And
next.
I had that before my husband passed. I had to make changes in my apartment, my home, and I didn't tell him because he wasn't well. And when he walked in, he was like, "What did you do?" But in the end, he was very happy because he needed to have no more carpeting. It had to be straight, and it had to be, a certain way for someone with a disability. So God bless him. He's up there, and now he's watching me down here and saying my wife really lost it because she's doing all these crazy things. But
I'm sure he's
he was a
applauding
good
you.
guy. And the last
And
note
proud.
here from Claudia DeRue says, I'm with you. I'm never leaving my co-op. I love it. And I'm sure with all of us, the way women at our age, if you like something, stick with it. If you want something new, get it. Because you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring.
No, tomorrow's never promised.
And happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
That's a wrap, guys.